Good day everyone, this is Teacher Day presenting you Daylight English Hustle, your partner in the wonders of English wherever and wherever you are. To be updated with the next video lessons, do not forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell. For today's lesson, we are going to talk about past tense and past perfect tense. Past tense refers to the tense of a verb done in the past or an action that is already done or completed. For example, I went to school last March 9, 2020. Kim bought a pair of slippers yesterday. Meanwhile, past perfect tense refers to the tense of a verb done prior to a past action. For example, I had gone to school before I visited my grandparents. In this sentence, we can see two completed verbs, had gone and visited. However, the sentence suggested that the verb had gone happened first before the verb visited. Therefore, the verb in past perfect tense is the verb had gone. Next, I opened the windows because I had heard the birds chirp. The sentence suggested that the verb had heard happened first before the verb opened. Therefore, the verb in past perfect tense is the action had heard. How do we form the past perfect tense of a verb? To form the past perfect tense, you have to remember this formula: had plus past participle. It is very important to know the past participles of verbs because these are part of your tenses, especially the perfect tense. So if somebody asked you, if yesterday is past, today is present, and tomorrow is future, what is the day before yesterday? It's past perfect. Here is an easier way to put the past perfect tense idea. 2018 is past perfect, 2019, which is last year, is the past, 2020 is the present year, 2021 is the future year. Let's try answering some exercises. Carefully read each item and supply the correct form of the verb inside the parentheses on the blanks. 1. When he wake up, his mother prepare breakfast already. Let's analyze the sentence. Because of the word already, we know that the first thing that happened is the word prepare. Therefore, prepare should have the past perfect tense of the verb and the wake should have the past tense of the verb. The sentence should be, when he woke up, his mother had prepared breakfast already. 2. We go to London because the Queen invited us for tea. In this sentence, we are sure that the verb invite happened first before the word go. Therefore, the word invite should have the past perfect tense of the verb and the verb go should have the past tense. The sentence should be, we went to London because the Queen had invited us for tea. 3. When she started to learn English, she already learned French. Again, because of the signal word already, we know that the first thing or the first verb that happened first is the verb learn before the verb start. Therefore, the verb learn should take the past perfect tense and the verb start should take the past tense. The sentence should be, when she started to learn English, she already had learned French. 4. Jane typed 10 pages already when her computer crashed. In this sentence, we know that the verb type happened first before the word crash. Therefore, type should have the past perfect tense of the verb and the word crash should have the past tense of the verb. The sentence should be, Jane had typed 10 pages already when her computer crashed. Last number, By the time he arrived at the pub, they run out of beer. In this sentence, the verb run happened first before the verb arrive. Therefore, the verb run should have the past perfect tense and the verb arrive should have the past tense. The sentence should be, by the time he arrived at the pub, they had run out of beer. It is now your time to answer things on your own. You have to carefully read each item and choose the letter of the choice that will supply the correct pair of verbs to complete the sentences. You will be given 10 seconds to answer each item. If you need more time, do not hesitate to pause the video. Let's check your answers. We blanked to Gazebo Royale first before she blanked that she wanted the place before it. In this sentence, we all know that the verb on the first blank happened prior to the verb on the second blank. Therefore, the first blank takes the past perfect tense and the second blank takes the past tense. Let's look at the choices. Letter A cannot be the answer because the first blank there is in past tense. Letter B is not the correct answer because that is just the past participle of the verb. Letter C is the correct answer because it has had gone and decided as the choices. Letter D cannot be the correct answer because even the first blank should have the word had. The word following it is just the past tense of the verb go and not the past participle of it. 2. She blanked to sleep after she blanked a heavy lunch. Because of the signal word after, we know that the verb on the second blank happened first before the other one. Therefore, choices letter C and D are already cancelled because in these choices, the first blank has the past perfect tense of a verb. Let's look at choices A and B. Letter A has the past tense chose and the word after it is the past perfect tense had eaten. This is the correct answer. Letter B is not the correct answer because chosen is a past participle and not a past tense. We blank downtown when we blank out that our high school friend will conduct his first speech. In this sentence, it is very obvious that the action on the second blank happened first before the other one. Therefore, letter C is already cancelled from the options. Letter A is already cancelled from the options because the first that it has as a choice is driven, which is a past participle. Now, we are only left with letter B and letter D. Letter D has verbs which are both in past tense. Therefore, that cannot be the answer. So, we are only left with letter B. Letter B is the correct answer. 4. I blank very tired last night, so I blank early. In this sentence, the verb on the first blank is the one that happened first. Therefore, letter A, letter C, and letter D are already cancelled because the first verb in the choices are not in past perfect tense. For this item, the correct answer is letter B. Number 5. Pierre blanked the piano after he blanked the notes that he wanted to hear. In this sentence, the verb on the second blank happened first before the other. Therefore, letters A, B, and C are already out of the choices because the second verbs on these choices are in past tense. The answer for this item is letter D. 6. What you blank for this country does not justify the crime you just blank. The first blank happened prior to the second blank. Therefore, letters A, C, and D should be cancelled from the choices for they do not have past perfect tense as the first verb on the blank. The answer for this item is letter B. 7. It might be unrealistic, but I blank you before you blank me your apology. In this sentence, we are sure that the first blank happened prior to the second blank. Therefore, letters B and C are already out of the choices for the verbs that they offer for the first blank is not in past perfect tense. Now, we are only left with letter A and D. Letter D cannot be the correct answer because the word tell is not in past tense. Therefore, the answer for this item is letter A. Number 8. My senior blanked me to hold my tongue after I blank of hurting someone emotionally. In this sentence, we know that the second blank happened first before the other one. Therefore, letter D is already out of the choices. Now we are left with letter A, B, and C. Letters B and C cannot be the correct answers as well because the word had thought is not fit for the sentence. Therefore, the answer for this item is letter A. 9. He blanked a song before he blanked home. We all know that in the sentence, the first blank should have the past perfect tense. Therefore, letters A and B cannot be the correct answer because the first verbs in these choices are not in past perfect tense. Letter C cannot be the answer as well because the verb had sang is not in the correct form of the past perfect tense. Therefore, letter D is the correct answer. Number 10, we still blank not get our rights even we blank for it. In this sentence, we all know that the second blank should have the past perfect tense of the verb. Therefore, letters B and C cannot be the correct answers because for the second blank, they only have the past perfect tense. While letter D cannot be the right answer as well because the second verb or the second blank is not in the correct form of the past perfect tense. Therefore, the correct answer for this letter is letter A. Thank you for watching! This is Daylight English Hustle, your partner in exploring the wonders of English. See you in my next video!